Well, if games 1 and 2 are any indication of what's to come, get your popcorn ready for this Game 3 tip. Tim Doyle, Kenny White here with their plays by the Bay. Fellas, one of the bigger numbers you're going to see at this point in the season, Golden State given 7.5, totals 225.5. Kenny White, lead us off. Side, total, alternate approach.
I'm going to go total here, Joe. I'm going under this one. I made this much lower. These are two great defensive teams. They are great offensive teams as well, but this is such a big game. And we saw the Dillon Brooks foul. We knew that Memphis was going to get physical in Game 2. They did. Golden State's going to get physical. Game 2, 101 possessions still, just 207 points. I think today's game is very physical on both ends. And these are really still, even without Brooks in, Memphis's defense is still outstanding. And Golden State, number 1 on the entire season defensively. So I'm going under the total here.
Yeah, I love it because you know this is going to be a great game. And when Kenny White says under in a game that we expect to be a showstopper, because that's what this series has been a showstopper, right? We've watched great individual performances, whether it's Clay with the big shot in game number 1, when I was there in Memphis, which was an outstanding atmosphere, or what Ja did in game number 2. So when Kenny goes under, just like when he gave me under in the NBA All-Star game. I mean, Kenny, I was holding on for dear life, okay? I was like Rose on the little boat, like off the Titanic. But still, we ended up cashing that ticket. I am hammering, I repeat, hammering Memphis in this spot. I like them for the series. I'm actually going to bet them on the money line, full disclosure, in game number 3. And if they lose, I'm going to come back and bet them again on the money line game number 4. They're going to win one of these games in out west. This series, let's not forget, it could easily be 2-0 Memphis. You know, and Ja, I understand making a running layup as fast as you can is probably one of the hardest things to do, but this guy is an unbelievable layup maker, almost Allen Iverson-esque as far as how he's able to contort his body and make tough shots. They match up outstanding with the Warriors. Let's not forget last year in the playing game, they beat the Warriors. And go check Klay Thompson's shooting percentage, Steph Curry's shooting percentage. These guys have struggled in the series. Why? Because the Grizzlies have athletes that can match up here. You are paying an absolute premium to bet the Golden State at home. This is way too many points, Musso. Take the dog. I'm hammering the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the shooting percentage because while I don't love the 7.5, Game 2 was a 5-point result on the worst shooting night from three-point range in the last 20 years for the Warriors. Shot at 18% from 3. We'll see if they regress back to the mean here and make a ball game out of it at home at Chase Center. We'll also see how sustainable the offensive game plan of Ja go get a bucket is. That seems to be the approach. 47 in that Game 2 win, including Memphis's final 15 points over a 4-minute span. TD, he wants to get to that left-hand block, and you don't have to be an X and O guy to figure that out at this point. 28.5 is the point prop. Can Golden State take away that go-to move, or has it just gotten to the contain him stage of the conversation?
Yeah, I mean, Joe, the first 2 games of this series, I know that we're showing his points. He's averaging, I repeat, averaging 31 shot attempts. I mean, this isn't NBA Live. Like, this is actually the NBA playoffs. And here's the deal. He leads the NBA in points in the paint. I mean, that's nuts to think about a guy who's 6'3", who leads the NBA in points in the paint. And when you think about the Warriors, what is the one weakness that stands out? They don't have a rim protector. Yeah, you know, they don't have a guy who's going to constantly be there challenging you at the rim, you know, challenging shots. They don't have a David Robinson or a Patrick Ewing. I'm just thinking about old school guys that were physical there. So he knows he's going to be able to get to his spot. And when he elevates, well, he's such an amazing athlete that there's going to be nowhere to compete with him. So unless he goes, Kenny, 7 of 31, he's going to put up the shots. So I'm going to go over his number.
Total agree. They don't have a Jaren Jackson. Oh, that's right, Memphis does. Defensively, the shot blocker. Golden State doesn't have that. John Morant's going to have another big game. He's got so much confidence right now. He's still pissed. He lost game 1. He knew that layup was in, and he thought they should have won the game. I think you're right. They're going to win 1 or 2 games here in Golden State. He's going over today. I love him as a double-double guy today. He's had a double-double in 6 of 8 playoff games. He's going to get the double-double here today. Just missed that game. 2 more rebounds or 2 more assists, and he's got a double-double. It would have been 7 out of 8, but 6 out of 8, and you're only laying $1.20 for a double-double.
Game 6 winner in round 1, left-handed scoop at the block. Game 1 loser in this round, left-hand scoop at the block. Game 2 winner, left-hand block with the little bunny. If there's one thing I know about Tim Doyle, he's going to tell you he hates playing unders. He already has throughout the hour. He's also going to tell you how dangerous it is to play Steph Curry unders. Then he's going to hand out a Steph Curry under. 27.5 is the number here in Game 3. And Tim Doyle, you're playing this one?
Under. Here's why. Steph Curry is maybe on the other side of the mountain. It's always hard to admit, but he is 34 years old. In this series, he's only shooting 42% from the field, and guys, 34% from three. So, the struggles are for real, right? I mean, you see Clay and Steph, what they've done in this series. They've certainly had their struggles. Now, he is at home, and when I was at Game 1 in Memphis, Kenny, you would love this. You're a baseball guy. The preparation, the attention to detail before the game, it reminded me a lot, Musso and Kenny, of when Mark McGwire was on the Cardinals and people watching him in batting practice. It was 25 minutes, and it was such an amazing routine that it was mid-range into tough layups, into threes, into logo threes, into bodied up mid-range jumpers. If you ever pay for a Warriors game and you go see him, you got to get there for the shoot, because there's just so much respect that goes into it. Only 25 minutes. The preparation, the attention to detail was outstanding. I hate betting unders, but I just feel like the Grizzlies, Kenny, have the athletes to match up with these two guys, so I'm going to go under.
Hey, total agreement. I love betting under, so I don't mind. Let's go. Let's under here today. Hey, his overall for the season median was 25 points a game. In the playoffs, it is 27. He's gone under 4 of the 7 games so far. He has had 3 great games, but not against Memphis. So I'll take that Grizzly defense today. That's what I'm relying on. Under the total for me.
Yeah, wondering how much that ankle's still affecting Curry as he rushed back to get ready for Game 1 of the first round, was on the minutes restriction, coming off the bench. Now with the full workload, we'll see if he can get it done at home by the Bay. Klay Thompson, meanwhile, interesting offering here. 15 and 12 points respectively in Games 1 and Game 2, shooting at sub 30% from 3 in this series, sub 40 from 3 throughout the playoffs. And this is the type of guy who has the ability to shoot his way out of whatever he's going through right now. Point prop coming in at 21.5. Kenny, how do you size up Klay in front of the home crowd?
Yeah, I'm going under. Even if he has a great game, his overall for the season in high-minute games was 18 points. At home, it was 20. So he did score a little bit more in his home games. So the playoff games you mentioned, he has struggled the last 2. I'm hoping with this game, when I like it under, it's correlated. I'm hoping Klay has another bad game. Let's go under again.
Yeah, what great producing there by Lucas Frankel as far as check out those shots. Go back and watch that. They're challenged. And with Klay Thompson, the scouting report is you got to have 2 feet above the 3-point line. If he beats you at like 10 twos, congratulations, because where he wants to get to. And hey, it was a great shot in Game 1. He used the ball fake, banged down a 3. He's not the same guy. As a former athlete, I'm rooting for him because he went in between 1,000 days between 30-point games in the postseason. So he'd been through a lot as far as all the adversity off the court and coming back from injury. I root for a guy like that because I know what it takes at 32 years old to get back to where he used to be. But the percentages speak for themselves. Grizzlies match up well. I'm going under as well. All
right, so we're playing Klay under. How about a parlay here for Warriors-Grizz? Tim Doyle, give us a few of your favorites. Where are you taking us for a same game?
Joe, it all started with a boy, a ball, and a dream. And when I see a talent like this, I think back to when I was in the North Belmore, North Merrick.
There he is.
Basketball league. There I am right there. Look at that. Look at that. Who cut my hair?
Oh, God.
What do you even call that? Leave the bangs long and then just the sides?
You look like
a disaster.
Wait, get that back up there. You look like the Emperor from Star Wars a little bit. That was bad photography back there in the late 80s, early 90s, whatever we got working there.
And by the way, I'm 7 years old. And if you don't know this, when I was 12 years old, I was 6 feet tall.
Okay.
But I still had 12-year-old emotions. I was scared of thunder and stuff, but then I would jump in bed with my parents and they'd be like, whoa, it's because I was like an adult.
Fully grown man.
But yeah, I'm 39 years old now and I still have childlike emotions. Okay. I get nervous when the train goes by. I took this in Game 2 and it won. I took Ja over points just because he's averaging 31 shot attempts. And I'm going to go Grizzlies here plus the points. I'm going to bet them in Game 3. I'm going to come back in game number 4. And then, Kenny, you're probably the manager on the other. I had to bring my birth certificate to the old Little League games, okay? Because when I got up there, first of all, my strike zone was bigger than everybody else's. But I used to have to show everybody my birth certificate because I was a giant kid.
Sorry, well, every pitch was going to be a fastball up and into you. So we know when you're 6 foot and that big at that age, you're going to have a long swing. So we were going to make you pay for it a little bit too. But yeah, we believed you were 12. We understood. I'm going big parlay here. And Tim and I, two of Tim's is in there. Look at this, Tim. Grizzlies plus the points under today. Draymond Green, let's throw that in. No triple-double. He's had 1 triple-double in 47 regular season games. John Morant, over in the points, over assists, over rebounds, 19-1. Grizzlies win today.
That is a giant parlay and a giant kid, and I'm not sure there's a better way to outline it. Tim Doyle, Kenny White, happy hunting, my friends. Let's take a look at those plays once again for Grizzlies Dubs Game 3. We got an underplay from Kenny, which is the theme here, under 225.5. Both of these teams ratcheting up the defensive intensity over the last couple weeks here. Tim Doyle is playing the Grizzlies, catching those points. It's jaw over for both of our sharps at 28.5. Steph, it's 2 underplays. The 27.5 is the number. Klay Thompson, under as well.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.